What's going on? It's Astronaut H, and this is the What More Do You Want Network. Now, in this video, I will be discussing tonight's game between the Chicago Bulls and Minnesota Timberwolves, and of course, this is my Bulls report. Now, the Chicago Bulls are coming off of a loss versus the Sacramento Kings in their last outing, but with only so many games until the close of the regular season, every game basically counts as double, in my opinion, because the Bulls being on the outside looking into the play-in tournament, right there in the mix, in the throes of 9, 10, 11, right in that bottom tier. So tonight's game was definitely big, and I can't even go into any more detail of how many games the Bulls have to win to even give themselves even more of a gap between the other teams in the Eastern Conference. But you've seen the usual. Well, no, you did not see the usual suspects from Billy Donovan tonight. You actually saw Alex Caruso back in the lineup to go with Patrick Beverley, DeMar DeRozan, Zach LaVine, and Nikola Vucevic. And for time constraints, honestly, in this video, I'm not going to do my usual breakdown every play that I deemed important to the quarter. I'm going to get right into like the nick and tuck of the actual quarter. So on the onset of the game, you did see the Bulls turn the ball over, but that didn't, in my opinion, that one turnover didn't shake or move the actual game to start. But it was a bad start, honestly. But you did see Rudy Gobert with a foul to actually start the game. You seen Kyle Anderson get the first bucket, and then Alex Caruso did get the first bucket for Chicago. You seen Vucevic a three, Vuce in the post. Anthony Edwards with a three was falling early. You seen DeMar DeRozan add a three to the party. Vucevic with some great help defense. Vuce in the post. You seen Alex Caruso get to the rim, and one bad spark to the actual game was Anthony Edwards spraining his ankle at one point in the first quarter. You hate injuries. They do suck. Now, at the end of the first quarter, the Bulls were down 32-28. In the second quarter, it was a lot of sloppy play by both teams, more or less the Bulls, and that led to Minnesota getting out on a lead, which was coupled with their three-point shooting. You've seen a lot of threes from Mike Conley, and the Bulls were just not having a good half. A lot of turnovers, but DeMar DeRozan was aggressive, and the Bulls get the lead down to 8 at one point and find themselves down 5, 54-49 at halftime. Now, Gobert was not being boxed out at all in this game. He had an upward of, I believe it was 20 rebounds at one point tonight. But DeRozan kept getting buckets. You seen Alex Caruso add in his shots, and Chicago got the lead down. But Mike Conley and the Minnesota Timberwolves threes kept the Bulls at bay for most of the second half. You started to see Zach LaVine get to the rim, DeRozan shots falling, and Zach LaVine just being aggressive. And that's what you want to see from your two best players. One, Zach LaVine being aggressive, and two, DeMar DeRozan being just as aggressive. It was just the Wolves 3. Now, the Bulls found themselves down 90-80 after 3. And with the 10-point lead, I'm thinking to myself, I'm saying, okay, if the Bulls can win this game, it'd have to be in the realms of defense and making shots. And that's what they took into the fourth quarter. It was more or less of defense and making shots, which led to the fourth quarter being tied, tied late in the fourth quarter. Game ended up going into overtime. Now, in the first overtime, you've seen a lot of big shots from both teams. You've seen shots that were, the one thing I say about the NBA and what I do love about, the highest level of basketball, in my opinion, which is the NBA, you have a lot of shot makers and shot takers. One guy being, I'm not sure if this is Jalen or Jaden McDaniels for Minnesota, but man, he had himself a game. Not only did he have himself a game, but so did Mike Conley. I believe he did hit a career high in threes in tonight's matchup, which was 8. So to see, in overtime, you've seen a collective of scoring and shot making by both teams. The Bulls did find themselves up in the first overtime but that wasn't enough. We ended up having to play 2 overtimes, and ultimately, with DeMar DeRozan having the type of game that he had, and also Zach LaVine having the type of game that he had, I mean, big shots from both of these guys, and not to mention Nikola Vucevic, who was on the boards with the loose balls. It was one of those moments in the season where I said, this is how these guys were supposed to play. Ultimately, the Chicago Bulls did find themselves on the winning end of this basketball game by a final score of 139-131. The Chicago Bulls are now 32-37 on the season. As for the box scores, like I mentioned before, DeMar DeRozan with a double-double with 49 points, 14 rebounds, 4 assists. Let's talk about he shot 15 of 25 from the field, a double-double from Vucevic with 21 and 11. Zach LaVine, not to mention, he had 39, went 4 of 9 from 3, 15 of 25 from the field. You seen good minutes from Derrick Jones Jr., Andre Drummond, Kobe White, Ayo Dosunmu. Patrick Williams got in there with 25 minutes, went 2 of 3 from the field, 3 rebounds, 6 points. And like I said, Mike Conley, hold on. I did not know Kyle Anderson had a triple-double with 11 points, 12 assists, and 10 rebounds. Rudy Gobert, they took one of his rebounds away. He had 21 and 19. Mike Conley did have 28 for the game, 8 from 12 from the field. Jaden McDaniels went 4 of 9 from 3 and 25.6 rebounds, 4 assists. I mean, this game was absolutely insane. A double overtime thriller won by the Chicago Bulls. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Chicago Bulls fans, Minnesota Timberwolves fans, NBA fans, or if this is just your first time tuning into this channel, let me know what you think in the comments down below. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Don't hit the post notification bell so you can know anytime a video is being uploaded to this channel. It's Astronaut H. I'm so excited. I'm not going to lie to you guys. Like, this game was absolutely incredible. I want to start bringing, more light into my live watching when I actually watch the game. So that's going to be something I bring to the channel in the near future. I hope you guys are ready for that also. But again, this is Astronaut H. This is the What More Do You Want Network. And I'll catch you guys on the next video.